Good morning. And the term social networks just came up. That's a perfect segue to what we want to talk about. So before the recession hit and long after the recession passes, we face an amazing opportunity and challenge. How do we deliver truly global prosperity, really for the first time in human history, and do so within the limits of what the planet has to offer? And Bud's cruise was a great opportunity to explain all of that. Well, our concept really takes plurilateralism to its ultimate end. We're not talking about the G8. We're not talking about the G20. We're not talking about 193 nations in Copenhagen or Mexico City. We're talking about the G7 billion, G7B, the opportunity to engage, to inspire, and ultimately to mobilize consumers to build a consumer movement that enables increased prosperity, increased well-being, and stimulates demand for sustainable products and services. Now, how do we want to do that? We want to build a global social network. We want to build an online, available on mobile platform that enables people all over the world to do a few things. First of all, build a social network that creates a 7 billion strong network of people who are looking for ways that they can achieve their economic goals and do so in the most sustainable way. We want to provide good information that people can use from trusted sources, cross-checked by lots of different organizations, and also create some symbols that we think can help create a universal language that all of us can use to make different kinds of choices. We think this opportunity is huge. The social network piece is essential. So we have someone like Harish Hande who is here talking about his solar business in India. There are a lot of people who don't know about that, who could know about that, and who could seek solutions like that and others in order to improve their lives and build more sustainable businesses that can get to scale. Because all of the solutions that we've talked about so far don't work if we don't have market demand for these kinds of things. So who do we need at the table? Well, this web, I think, is important. And the model here is that there are lots of inputs to this from companies, from governments, from NGOs, the Global Agenda Councils with which we're working, all come together. No one owns this. We're going to need an entity that can launch this, and I'll come to that when you ask me what we need. But no one owns this. This is a wiki model, in essence, where we build information through a single global platform that's going to be relevant globally. And it's going to draw on knowledge and connections that we can enable through this model. So up here you see examples of how this has happened before. We've done this before. We know we can do it. There are all sorts of social movements that we've seen over the last 50 years where citizens all around the world have come to understand various issues: HIV/AIDS, smoking, basic protection of rivers and the air. We've managed to mobilize people and change perceptions in a relatively short period of time, less than within a generation, to help people make different choices in their personal lives that help to reorient the way the economy works, helps to reorient public policy, and helps to drive different behavior. So we know we can do this, and we want to do it again in order to build a truly global movement that's going to be relevant around the world. And where do we go now? So what is this all about? Very important things. This is not about living with less. This is not about stopping economic development. This is about not less versus more, but better. This is about a different kind of abundance. This is about enabling economic development. The middle class is going to triple over the next 10 years. We've got opportunities to build prosperity from Indian villages to the city of Zurich. This is about people making different choices that help them lead healthier lives, more connected lives, and ultimately more prosperous lives. And we think that there's a lot of creativity that we can unleash in order to help make connections that will build a different kind of economy that will be on a path that we can actually sustain. I will stop there.
Good. So you kind of answered,